shut up, you listen to my monkey mouth. There's a companion when you got pun on the Kanoa route. Hopped in a portal and got in a fight, Elias knocked him out. Bow, Naruto fighting style. Bow, UFC he tapped out. Bow, we win, we get crowned. Monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth.
All right, man. So, welcome to SUYL. You're enjoying the, what do we call it? The black gold that I created.
Texas black gold,
Texas
bro.
black gold.
It's delicious.
Got
it's
Texas
delicious.
Club Crown with some generic dollar store.
Wait, tell me one time. What am I calling you?
Oh, so you're calling me whatever you want. You said Eli. You said it on Eli.
I like Eli.
Yeah.
I also like Mikey though. You
right,
look
you Mikey.
you
We're
look
friends.
like a Mikey to me.
We're buddies
you know?
now. So
all right,
it
cool.
Call me Mikey, brother.
Call me Bri Bri.
Bri Bri?
No, never ever
Yeah,
call me
I
that.
don't
Just
think I'm-
joking.
I
Don't
think
call
I'm
me that,
healthy with
please,
that
bro.
one. I don't
Please.
think I'm healthy
There's
with
only
my own-
4 people that are like call me that. You know?
And one of them's your Nam Nam.
No, she's gone, but whatever.
Okay. Yeah, way to bring up way to open that
I
schedule.
like you call her a Nam Nam, like she's from Vietnam.
Yeah,
Nam, you know?
You're-
Nope, she's a white lady.
Grandpa came back with Nam Nam.
I call her G-Ma at best, you know?
Just some Vietnam vet. Like,
Yeah,
I came
yeah.
back with Nam Nam.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't think I feel comfortable calling her that.
Yeah.
Grandpa.
This is your new mom, Nam Nam.
Nam Nam. She's
Nam Nam,
met
go
her at
cook.
met her at the Perfume River. We fell in love.
The Perfume River. What are you? What's your?
Oh yeah, so we were talking about how important it is if you're gonna try and have a conversation with a woman, how important it is to know your zodiac sign. So my zodiac.
Wait. Answer my question first. What race are you?
What race am I?
Or,
Like, what race
don't
do
know
you
the
think I
question.
am?
Ethnic. I want to say Mexican.
Oh,
Latino,
thank God. I was just like,
Latino, but maybe Asian.
Oh, I don't think I've gotten Asian,
No
but
Filipino or nothing.
nah, man. But those are Mexican Asians.
Yeah, Mexican Asians for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Those are the.
But they're still Asians. So
yeah,
what
but
are you?
I'm Texican, so I'm not even like from Mexico.
You're
Like,
Latino.
yeah,
You're
so, like,
Texan.
yeah,
Latino.
Latino,
Yeah.
Texan. So
Yeah,
like,
y'all are like the brown people that want to be white. You know what I'm saying?
pretty much like that's me, not my family.
I know about them.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's like me.
I grew up here. I know about them, bro.
So it's like my culture is super Caucasian.
Yeah.
But I'm fat, so
See,
I love the food and I like the culture. Like I
love
the
food
culture.
too. I agree.
Like,
see, my family's reversed, bro. I'm white,
yeah,
but we're kind of Mexican.
because you're Irish, that's why.
Yeah, my parents got 5 kids.
Yeah, you're
you know what I'm
Irish.
saying?
So like Irish
Like,
and Mexicans,
we're
just
kinda-
like,
we fight
it's
people.
weird. Irish people kind of live in this landscape where they get along really well with other ethnic minorities. That's why
cool.
you'll find like Irish Catholic people. God
Tight,
damn,
tight.
Josh, that's hilarious. This is the second one. That's so
He's like, I
fucking
forgot
funny,
that.
bro. Okay, so like Irish live in this like ethnic kind of plane where they're like,
Yeah.
You're gonna find a Hispanic or a black woman somewhere in the dating
I would hope so.
lineage.
I would hope so very soon. You know.
Yeah, somewhere in the dating lineage, you're definitely gonna find.
I love dark skin, bro. Love dark skin.
Just Mexicans, Latinas, black girls. Hell, fuck. I mean, I love white women. So, but God, there's just, Latinas got they got a special place in my heart.
I don't even want to get into it because then my nipples are gonna start getting hard. You know, it's gonna get weird. Let's talk about the zodiac.
So
thing.
okay, so I'm a Virgo. We didn't ask what you were, so you're clearly a Cancer.
No.
I don't fucking know, bro. I'm just shot that in the.
No, let's talk about the point we were talking about.
Okay, so so the point we were moving towards is that women, it's not that it's actually real. It's that women manifested it through believing in it so much that it became real.
Yeah.
Right. So like they manifest.
Even if you didn't think it was real, because women believe in it so much, now it is a
real.
thing.
Yeah.
As a dude, you might as well know what it is.
Yeah.
Just so you can, you're kind of getting ahead of the game, you know.
So you're essentially saying like I'm not Catholic, but I married a Catholic girl, so I might as well know the religion is,
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad comparison. It's not the best comparison, but yeah, kind of.
Well, I mean, I've met someone in this religion, and I need
it's
to know.
It's easier to get away with Christianity when a girl says I'm Christian, because then you can just be like, oh yeah, me too, because you don't got to take that seriously. Catholic Church is the worst. It is the worst.
What do you mean by that?
Because you gotta sit, you gotta pray.
Oh, you mean just like the whole?
You gotta get up, you gotta sing with these untalented people, and your voice propels so people can hear you, and it's I don't like it. I went to Catholic church one time, right? They at the end of it, I remember they're like drinking wine.
Yeah, so they did the Eucharistic.
Yeah. I'm sitting there going. I told my friend, I said, "Wow, we get wine." I'm like 12. I'm like, "What? That's so cool. I've never had wine before." And as we get up, my mom's friend goes, "No, you can't go up there."
Yeah, because you can go up there for the blessing.
I've never sat down in so much disgust in my life.
So
like this is supposed to be the fun part. I don't get to enjoy it. We're not going to breakfast after this. Like
Eucharistic is supposed to go. So you're supposed to go baptism, confirmation, and then when you get confirmed, that means that you're part of the Catholic Church. You've done all the necessary steps. You've gone through your baptism.
Wait. Do you like being Catholic?
And I wouldn't say that I particularly like it or dislike it. It's part of my history. I was Catholic for so long, and I've never been like a bad kid. Like I don't believe in bad kids, but I never did. Well, there are.
I'm facts, bro. My brothers used to rob 7-Elevens.
Well, I'm not saying like I don't particularly think that the behavior that's said or makes them bad kids. If you're going to a party and getting drunk at like 15 or 16, you're not a bad kid. If you're smoking pot or having fun with your friends, this isn't bad kid behavior. There's plenty of worse
just like
things.
regular kid behavior.
Just regular kid behavior. So I was pretty much like for the early years.
Wait. Answer me a question real quick.
Yeah.
Did you watch Bible Man?
No, but I did see something.
But you know what Bible Man is, though.
Yeah. So I grew up in the church.
Veggie Tales for sure, huh?
Huh?
For sure.
No, Veggie Tales is like Christian. That's not Catholic.
All right. I'm just
that's like the Christian people. That's not Catholic. It's weird. But like,
it cracks me up.
Yeah. So I grew up in the Catholic Church from like, a child up until I was like 13, and then I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I grew up, and then I wanted to be a cop. So I was in the Explorer program from like 14 all the way to 16. Do you ever think you're gonna like be inside, like be around people who are like they're all goody two shoes? They're all good. Supposedly
No, but I think people like you should be cops. That's good. I feel like why not? Why didn't you become a cop?
Oh, dude. Okay,
you'd be a great cop.
So there's this video out there that they show trainees, and I don't know why they particularly showed us. I guess it's because we're pre-trainees, and it actually happened, I think, in Temple or in one of the back roads going to Temple, which is nice that you kind of know all the topography of Texas, so you know what Temple is. And so this old man, he was like 80, maybe 85 years old. The cop goes up to him and does all the necessary things for a routine traffic stop. Presses his hand on the back of the bumper, starts talking to the guy. And he gets irate because he just doesn't know what, like, I guess he's just old. He gets irate and he gets pissed off at the cop. So the cop goes back to his car, and before he can even close the door, the guy basically shot from a deer rifle into his throat. He falls back into his seat, and he's choking on his own blood, saying, "Man down,
that's part of the job.
Send back up." And I was like, "Oh, so like it's gonna have to be me versus like me or them, or I'm gonna get shot in the throat."
Yeah.
So it's like, and I was just like, "Nah." And then I also saw like, cause I focus on, I'm not special. It's just my personality, but I focus on everything.
Dude,
so when they were,
that might be the saddest thing I've ever heard.
What's that?
Why you say that about yourself, dude?
Well, no, I'm saying it's not a specific special behavior. It's something that I have. I don't want to seem like I see everything, then this makes me who I am. No, that's just I notice everything. So when everybody was like solely focused on wanting to be a cop, I saw 3 of the cops. Like one of them literally have to go to see was drinking, another one who like got a divorce, and the other one who was gonna be a commander and still not happy. The other one, so like I saw the literal everything. When everybody else was just seeing the like happy, glowy, I get to carry a gun, I get to be in a squad car.
Let me ask some. Do you believe in white privilege?
Do I believe in white privilege? I believe in white privilege.
With the cops, do you believe in white? Because that's like white privilege, is like with the cops.
No, that's cop privilege. I think that even all cops have an equal brotherhood that puts them in the same playing field.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But do I believe in white, like what did you call that again? White privilege?
White privilege. Yeah.
I believe in tax privilege.
All right. Yeah.
Not
I like because I was mainly talking about the cop thing when it comes to white privilege. I think you nailed it. I think everyone has a certain brotherhood that they hit.
Yeah. I don't particularly think that now I think that time has progressed to where their brotherhood includes Hispanic and Black people. I don't think that they did that back in the day. It's probably like if you're not Irish and your name isn't O'Malley, we're gonna throw the Protestant under the bus,
Yeah.
or the Catholic who wants to be a police officer.
Yeah.
But if you're not, I mean, or not the Catholic because they were Catholic, but I'm gonna throw like the sub Christian.
The Greek dude.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're not like white Irish Catholic, you know, what is it?
Like they're their own
curtain
little
Irish
fucking,
Catholic.
they're their own thing.
Yeah, because that's what back in the day, like I don't know when, most of your cops were Irish, so of course they're like probably like your cousin or your brother with your cousin or your family member with the same last name probably wasn't gonna get tuned up or beat or taken to jail. But if you come in across with like a Italian guy who did the same thing, you're probably like, oh, it was the Italian guy or was the black guy, the Hispanic
guy,
You
interesting.
know,
interesting.
So I think that there's always been a shifting brotherhood. Now, since we're like in 2022, it now has to involve women. It has to involve black people, Hispanics, probably Asians.
Yeah.
Now they're all a brotherhood. There's even sisters in there.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like white privilege, no, that's tax privilege.
Yeah.
You know, you get into a certain tax bracket and you're probably not as stressed about things because like if your son is trajectory is in a positive way, you could talk to them and say, hey, I do X, Y, and Z. Can you give my son a break?
Facts, of course.
You know, so that's tax privilege.
Yeah.
Because I could even see Hispanics doing that.
Yeah.
Or black people doing that.
Yeah, if you got the money, why not, dude?
Exactly.
Yeah,
now, is that universal across all boards? Maybe not, but I think it's there's always an exception to every rule. There's going to be people, but I particularly think that if I mean, it's probably changed. I think Dave Chappelle even talked about getting pulled over by a white cop, but the white cop knew who he was and let him go. So I'm sure it's like you use your privilege where you can get it.
Let me tell you a little story real quick, right?
About a man named Jed.
So one time I was out drinking with some friends, right?
Yeah.
And it was like 3 a.m, and I went to 7-Eleven, right? And I go inside 7-Eleven and I'm like, let me get a pack of cigarettes. But I didn't tell you something important. I left my car running.
Oh, man.
And I look back outside, and I see my car.
Just taking off without you in it?
Taking off, bro. Taking off. My thinking on it was, it's 3 a.m. I didn't see any homeless people, and I drive a stick. I drove a stick shift. I was like, there's no way anyone's stealing my car. It's 3 a.m, you know. I just left it running, right? Went inside, came back, got fucking stolen. I'm drunk as shit. So drunk, I call the police, right?
Oh, bad
I call the police, right? No, baby. You know why? I called them. I said, hey, my car just got stolen. They were like, where you at? And I told them what street I was at. I said, by the way, I'm white, so can we hurry? They got there in 5 minutes. This is a true story, bro. They pull up to me. They can tell I'm drunk.
Yeah.
You know? 45 minutes goes by. They find my car.
Did they abandon it because it was a stick?
No, they like pulled him over.
Okay.
Right? They find my car with a giant bottle of Jack Daniels in that motherfucker. Right? I'm drunk as fuck, dude. And they give me my fucking car back, and I got a free bottle of Jack Daniels.
So that guy got a bottle of Jack Daniels and left in your truck that wasn't yours?
Yeah. Tell me that's not the whitest of privilege you've ever heard in your life.
Everything's coming up Millhouse, I think, right?
Bro, second time, right? Got in a hit and run. Drunk as fuck again. Got in a hit and run. Swear to God, cop looked at my ID, seen MacDuffy, was good.
Didn't know what MacDuffy you were.
Nothing,
so
bro.
It was just like, is this a powerful MacDuffy or is this like just some white MacDuffy?
It might be the privilege.
Yeah, that's what...
I'm a donor, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he sees that, he goes, this is a good white guy, bro. He's good. Twice his work now. I love it. It's great. I thought this was all a myth. It's great. I love it. My credit sucks, but whatever.
So if you're not enjoying your own privileges, I don't know. To me, that seems like a waste. I mean, in all honesty, you didn't ask to be born white.
No, if you had a choice, what would you be? I'd be black.
I like being Hispanic.
For sure. Black's the best, the coolest fucking people.
I like Hispanic. Hispanic's been good to me.
You can't go wrong with Hispanic. The food. So the thing that sucks is the cartel.
I'm not part of that.
But Mexico is beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm not even part of Mexico, so I would just say Latino again.
So I'm from Southern California, so we used to be able to go to Mexico.
Yeah, y'all guys would rock.
I couldn't do that in my lifetime. Everyone before me got to do that. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, man.
And it's so beautiful down there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is on that, man. You kind of have to. I mean, I used to joke that like, what was it? The old governor, or whatever his name was, Rick Perry. I'd be like, man, about my joke was like, man, that guy's taking some money that's not from his administration and going to like different places. I probably won't. I'm not gonna say that the way I used to say it and be all loosey goosey.
I don't think you should ever say it again.
But I was like, yeah, homie knows. Like the thing about it is think of it like this. All right, this is the way I tell people: if you're not working for the cartel. Okay, that's hard not to work for them, right? Because like think of it like this: they go up to you and they'll be like, okay, here's $100,000.
It's their biggest industry.
Well, no, here's $100,000. Congratulations, you now work for the cartel, or we're gonna throw you in this like vat of acid and like fuck your world up and kill your family, or you could just vat of acid. It's just like the
best Rick and
casual
episode,
casual Friday. Don't forget to wear your wacky tacky tie.
Yeah. Don't forget to wear your crazy cowboy hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget to bring your gold revolver.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. So like, I mean, it's an industry in itself, man. So like, I think you just, I was listening to a guy talk about. He goes like, if so and so, Pablo Escobar or whoever it was, insert powerful drug cartel leader, asked me to kill my father. He goes, I would say when and where, not why, or not he said so and so, which I think it was Pablo Escobar, was like, your girlfriend is skimming off the top. I need you to take care of her, and he did it.
Crazy.
And it was just like, he goes, that was the love of my life. He goes, but it's like, what am I gonna do?
Skim from the top. Why are you skimming from the top?
Like, what am I gonna tell her?
We got an ocean view. Why are you taking anything from the top? Are your nails done? Your hair's done? You take them from the top?
Yeah.
I'd be happy to do it. I'll just play it.
She's just like, you want all three of them, or just the one you know
games,
about?
Bitch.
It's just like, but yeah, man. I mean, it is. I mean, we were also talking about the taboo subject of Kanye West, right? You were asking about
shit!
that.
You trying to bring that? You know about?
Well,
Kanye
you were
West?
asking about it, right? So like, my thing is just like he put his foot deep in that dino poo, like,
Do you know about all of that though?
I do. Like, I mean, I don't know where you want to start.
Yeah,
do you want to start? Like, do you want me to kind of like give you like a TLR or whatever it is?
I think it's too young to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think this is just the beginning of like what Kanye West is trying to do.
So my thing is every time someone comes in here and they try and be like, oh, it's a conspiracy, bro, or it's this, bro, or it's that, bro, I'm like, all right, listen to this. This man bought a media company from a particular woman, Candace Owens' husband. He bought their
By the way,
Parlor.
Candace Owens, fine as fuck.
It's called Parlor. He bought it from Candace Owens' husband, right? So like, as a person who needs people to go to Parlor, what do you do?
Oh, I'm not even that big. I'm not.
No. As a person who just purchased Parlor, what do? You torch yourself on every other media, so that now people have to go to Parlor to see you.
To see you. Oh, that's pretty smart.
That's my idea of it. So
that's actually a really good way to look at it.
It's not the fact that he wants to cancel himself. It's not even the fact that maybe he believes in what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's like, I just spent money on a social network, and now I have to compete with Elon Musk because he just got Twitter back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to torch myself on everything, and then you're going to have to come to Parlor, sign up, see ads.
Damn, that's actually a really that's the conspiracy inside the conspiracy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy way to look at it.
But it's not a conspiracy. The thing is just like, why in any other means would you think of doing it? Like whenever the paper company was telling you that hemp is bullshit or it's dangerous, or the or that hemp bump, like, what is it? Bumpers made from hemp were 10 times stronger than steel. But you don't see that anymore. It's
That's
just like
crazy. Is that real?
Yeah, I mean, like they're like, maybe not steel, but it's like it was essentially as strong as metal. So they would hit it. They would show like people hitting it with hammers and nothing happening, not even a dent. Because it's more like an oil. It's like a plastic. It was a bumper, but you hit a metal thing with another metal thing and it's gonna dent.
The fuck? Why are we using this?
Because there was a guy who had a paper company, and then there was another guy who had a store.
Yeah, I heard about. I know about all that,
you know?
but like for everything, like it's 2022. That was a long time ago. Let's fucking move forward here. You know?
Yeah. Well,
that's a great idea. The thing about Kanye for me, right, is any self-made billionaire.
Yeah.
I automatically respect.
No one's a self-made billionaire.
Kanye is though. Kanye came
is
from
he
nothing.
though?
He came from nothing.
He came from a place like no one is a self-made billionaire in the sense of like he was given opportunities that nobody else would because he had a last name. You know? Like yeah, he built up that name, but it's just like nothing.
But the name wasn't anything before he brought it up.
I mean,
you know?
but the thing is that they see that beacon and they give it, you know, an influx of like free reign to do other things. Yes, he's maybe like self-made, but the money was already there. It's just like they gave it to him because of who he is. Like there's other people out there that are probably better than Kanye, that are more, you know, how would you say it, have like maybe even more influence, but in the sea of like in like those like ocean beacons of light, Kanye was like beaming the brightest red, and the boat just took off to him and gave him that money. You know, that doesn't mean
you don't think he earned it.
Some of it, yeah, but not all of it. Like,
you don't think just what he built himself up with, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he built himself up, how strategically he built himself and brought in all this money. Because $1 billion that's not easy.
But the thing is,
even
that
1 million.
He was
hard.
a billionaire, right? But then Adidas took off.
All right, so now he doesn't have $1 billion, but
that's what I'm saying, and so that's not
rich.
That's not his money.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
You know,
that's what he was worth. Yeah. That's not what he had, but he's still.
That's
so
like, you know,
rich
like
that
everybody's
it's not
like,
go away.
Oh, you know, Elon Musk is worth this much. No, he was given loans by different countries and industry to make sure that what he was promising was going to be fulfilled and propagated correctly.
But it is
like
fulfilled.
He didn't own Tesla, but like Tesla was owned by two other individuals, and he came in, kicked the door in, told them to kick rocks, and told them, this is mine now. Like, kick rocks. Like, I bought this. The same thing he did with Twitter, but to a lesser extent. Like, he went into Twitter and was like, I want to buy this. They told him no. And he's like, well, I'm going to buy this. They told him no. Then he bought this, and he's like, I don't really want it. And then the court was like, well, now you got to have it. And he's like, okay, well, you three people that were making Twitter something that I don't want, fucking kick rocks. And then he brings in nobody, and he tries to run it himself until he finds out that it's not what he wants to do anymore. Now it's Wednesday, and he wants to, you know, go into a crystal mine and find unobtainium, you know? That's
what
it.
Is unobtainium? Is that real?
It's fake. It's from a movie.
It's like, that's like that Wakanda shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he wants to find vibranium, you know, or like he wants to go to.
Wait, so did you say Elon Musk didn't start Tesla?
No, he didn't start Tesla.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? He didn't invent the Tesla?
No. The Tesla was already a model, but like if you're in, like, he didn't, like, the same thing with SpaceX. Like, SpaceX is maybe not the name, but it's a previously existing thing. People were working on space shuttles that could re-enter the atmosphere and not cause more space trash. And then Elon Musk comes in and is like, my name Elon, I got money, take money, give me name. It's the same thing that, like, what did you say? What's his name? Only owned UFC. He didn't own the company, but he owned the letters, and then propagated an amazing company off of the letters of UFC.
Dana White?
Dana White, yeah, right? Dana White didn't own UFC. Like, he bought the letters and then made a fucking kick-ass company.
Yeah, but you don't give him props for that?
No, I give him tons of props.
Yeah, that's like amazing.
Yeah,
to buy the letters and be
Yeah.
like, I know I could turn UFC into a company.
Yeah, but
that's
but what I'm saying is
craziness.
he didn't own it. That's a little bit different. But I'm just saying the same thing with Elon Musk. Doesn't make Tesla any better or worse. It just means that it wasn't originally his. Like, it's the same thing that Thomas Edison did, right?
Yeah, but
Edison.
he still built the Tesla though. Like, he made a Tesla.
Maybe the truck, the Cybertruck, but I don't think he.
Because it wasn't a thing before him.
Elon Musk is not the engineer designer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not the engineer designer.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's got people with degrees coming up with it. He's not the guy who came up with the engine. He's not the guy who came up with the design.
The battery structure, any of that stuff.
Owns the business and is the forward marketing face in it.
Yeah, but he's also still like the doer and making these ideas all happen.
Yeah, we're not. I'm like I said, like okay, but what I'm saying is like that he's the modern day Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison brings people into a shop and has them design a bunch of cool shit for him, and then takes credit for it. That's what he did.
Yeah.
He didn't particularly make the light bulb. He had someone make 7, maybe 2 prototypes.
So it's like it's like a Steve Jobs thing.
To be fair, one difference between Edison and Musk is that Musk doesn't patent anything.
Yeah, exactly. That is true.
Patents are for the weak.
Yeah.
So anything that he's doing, anybody else can go and copy if they can. He's not bringing people in to propagate.
What I'm saying is that he propagates other people to help build like Thomas, like he finds industry that he finds interesting, and then basically puts money into it or influence into it. You know, so he saw Tesla, and then he was like, oh yeah, I see money in this. He saw, what was it, Dogecoin?
Tesla wasn't worth nothing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Tesla with Elon Musk at the helm is worth a lot.
Exactly. What Coinbase company did he get into?
Doja.
So he saw Doja,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, cool. Like, I can spike the numbers on Doja, maybe short the market a little, fun, play with it, get some money, invest in another thing. Now I'm gonna tweet something about Dogecoin and watch it explode, and then just come in, and you know. So like he I'm not taking away from what he does. Is what I'm saying is that Kanye West went to Adidas, and Adidas was gonna hand him buckets of money.
Yeah, but just because his brand,
Yeah.
like he made, like once
Easy or whatever.
Once he signed with Gap, like Gap went like their stock shut up like 100 points or something.
Yeah.
Like just because it's him.
But that's a great thing. That's that's two parasites. Like that's a co-parasitic relationship, right?
But it's all about just getting paid, you know.
Yeah.
Just for branding clothes too.
I mean, it's pretty cool, man. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to do that. Like, if there was a...
He built that into $1 billion.
Did he? Did he build it, though? Like, Yeezys probably existed before. Like, he didn't design... I'm pretty sure he didn't design Yeezys.
That's a pretty unique look.
I mean, I was here whenever someone said art is derivative, so I imagine it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You know?
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
Maybe, yeah.
He didn't create distressed sweaters with white charcoal on it, or white, like, what is that called that you put on walls?
I think there's a lot of us. I think almost everyone has good ideas, and then there's people who execute the ideas.
Oh, definitely.
And I think he's always been an executor.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think
he's turned his opportunities for the good, and he's made the best of his opportunities. And he's made something of himself, and he's made $1 billion is like so hard to actually do. $1 million's hard enough, and he fucking did that shit. So he has to know something.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing that gets me. He has lived a life that none of us regular people have lived, coming up from nothing. So he has lived our life, and then he became famous, and he lives a different life that all of us are curious about.
Yeah.
Because we don't live that life. So I think he knows something deeper than what we know.
I think
he knows how the world really works.
I mean, I could definitely, I agree with everything that you're saying. I'm just saying that, like, you know, there's what isn't a name? let's get all poetry up in here. What isn't a name? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So I mean, I guess it's 'cause, like you said, he's built up the brand name Kanye, right? You know. And that was like, then now that's like I mean, I've said it before, right? Like, I think I was listening to my own podcast, smelling my own farts for 2 seconds, and I was talking about how, like, you know, they insure Tom Cruise because he's an industry, you know, not because they care about Tom Cruise, but because he's an industry. You know, Chris Hemsworth or
they're not going to care about him if they don't make him money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They insure them because they're the person. Like, they can like I said on that same podcast, they can spit out another Chris Hemsworth. There's 19-year-old attractive.
Yeah.
You know, people who can speak well.
I don't know. I don't think that many people can play Thor though.
Well, I mean, the thing is that they can. It just except if they make money. He's the one who's making them money right now. If they can. Disney knows what they're doing. They're going to test it. They're going to test it. They're going to test it again. They're going to small pool test. They're going to do all the things.
Yeah.
They're going to subtly bring this character out, and then people are going to be like, or ooh, you know.
You don't think they handpick these guys though?
That's.
You don't think they'll think like, oh, you'll work.
But the thing is like I think like, I mean, there's work involved in it, but he's not the end all be all. You know. Like.
What do you mean?
There's gonna be someone who has to replace him.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so they're gonna spin. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna spin him out. The only reason he's insured particularly now is because he's hot. Yeah. Like Tom Cruise is Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really hard to replace Tom Cruise. Can they do it? Yes. Have they talked about who's gonna do it?
Especially with that
Maybe.
type of movie.
You know,
they can for
like,
sure.
I think who was it that does the new James Bond? I can't think of. I mean, he's not even new no more. But the most recent creator.
You're talking about Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig. Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah.
You know, they talk about women doing it. They've said black people can't do it, which is stupid. They've basically like said that, you know, like they've talked about it. Doesn't mean that he's irreplaceable. I didn't say that right. Whatever. Irreplaceable, but it means that he's it's just gonna be harder to find him. That's gonna be harder.
Yeah,
because he's an industry. Like
He
hates
good
it. He
James
hates
Bond.
it. Like he does not like it anymore.
I don't know how you don't like being James Bond.
Well, I mean, you want to be you go into acting to, like, I think he wanted to be more like maybe the guy was the one who played Daniel Plainview on There Will Be Blood.
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
But there's only one Daniel Day-Lewis.
But what I'm saying is, like, he doesn't get pigeonholed into a one person. He's not.
He's one person.
Yeah,
he's not multiple characters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like he is Daniel Plainview. He is the main character from the Gangs of New York.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So where he's like, but I've been James Bond for
10 years.
10 years now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it gets tired. You know. I mean, even
Bond
Chris Evans was like, I don't want to be Captain America anymore.
Oh, I believe that.
You know?
I believe
it's just
that.
like, yeah, I kind of believe it, right?
Yeah, but then, like, imagine how much money that movie made him, too. He played a great Captain America.
He did. I love him. I mean, I got a Captain America tattoo, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm a Cap fan, bro.
Yeah.
That's the wrong leg. I think it's up back here somewhere. It don't matter.
Yeah, he was a great Captain America, bro. Especially the part where he fights himself, too.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I give credit to the Marvel movies. That's tight.
That's the first Shield.
They make it kind of fun, you know?
I get all Louis C.K. I think it's Louis C.K.
Are you a DC fan at all?
No.
Not even the Batman movies?
I mean, I hate Batman. Batman's stupid.
Not even the Batman movies?
No. Oh, like the
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight one.
Returns.
Those are different. Those aren't DC movies. Those are.
Really?
They are DC movies, but they're not DC movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They had the run before Marvel started.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
them, dude.
right. So like,
they should have just kept sticking down that dark, fucking serious path.
That's so great. I mean, was it Chris? What is his name? I can't think of it.
Christian Bale.
No, the one who made it. It's his.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, that's a Christopher Nolan verse, right? That's his. That's like.
He should have just kept doing it.
That's his thing. Like they live outside of like the DC. Like the DC characters brought into more realistic. Like
they should have just kept up with that.
Gotham is its own character. There's so many great things about the way he built that universe. But then you have like the Nolan, or what is it called? The Nolan
the Justice League movie.
Yeah, the Justice League movie.
Fuck, I can't think of his name.
You have his, and I'm just like, okay.
I actually like that movie.
I didn't care for Wonder Woman. It was okay. I mean, I didn't watch.
Oh, Wonder Woman, no, that movie sucked.
I didn't. I mean, I watched like the first one. I didn't watch the second one.
Second one, I fell asleep too.
I didn't. I watched the Ben Affleck Batman, but I was like, okay, like it's good.
Do you like the Joker?
I mean, which one?
The newest one.
Which one?
The Joker, the one with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, that one I did like.
Yeah.
I didn't. That wasn't even like. That was such a good movie. I hated it when I first watched it. I thought this was like, it was just like, okay, whatever.
I thought it was so sad.
And then I watched it again, and I was like, oh, okay, I like this.
So
like this
sad.
is so good. Like, he's having a mental breakdown. No one's paying attention to him. You know, the fact that he's literally trying, and he's trying. You know, and it's just like he's getting kind of pulled under this riptide of
it's
like
he was doing everything
apathy.
he could do.
Yeah, he's literally getting
and
pulled
it was
into.
not getting better. It was getting worse.
Yeah, he's getting pulled into a riptide of apathy created by people who don't care.
Yeah.
And literally trying his hardest to care. But I mean, other than that, man, I really appreciate. I appreciate good movies. Like I appreciate.
I love movies.
Yeah,
I'm a big. I wish there was a section on HBO that said movies Brian hasn't seen, because I'm running out of movies to watch on HBO.
Have you seen There Will Be Blood?
Yeah, of course.
What did you like about that movie?
Well, with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis.
What didn't you like about that movie, bro?
It played up like a horror movie.
Just how, first of all, how great the acting was.
Yeah.
You know, the end of it is fucking crazy. You know, the part with the fucking, I'll take my straw and reach all the way over here, Eli, and
drink your milkshake.
And then I'll drink your It was crazy, dude.
Did you like what was it called?
Just seeing the whole journey of it.
Yeah.
You know, and how he turns and how he manipulates people to try to get what he
He's
wants.
great, man. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's a great character. The fact that like
he plays the nice guy, but really he's like trying to get a step ahead on everybody.
I watched that one. I always tell people that if you like Into the Wild, watch it every 10 years. Watch Into the Wild.
Into the Wild?
Yeah.
What is? I don't think I've seen that. So
that one it's the journey of a guy who basically,
like how I'm bragging about movies and I'm like, what's this one?
He
Oh wait, is that about the kid who leaves?
Yeah.
And then he dies in the fucking van?
Yeah, the magic van.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So like when I first watched it and I was like an angsty like teenager.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this guy's so cool.
I wish I could do that.
And then I was like, fucking call your. I'm like 25.
And I'm like,
fucking call your sister,
what
bro.
What are you doing?
Like call your sister. Like
go home.
Not even go home. Like fuck those people. Like but call your sister. Like if you're so like his sister had nothing to do with the misbehaviors of his shitty father and his like mother who was just trying. Yeah. Like call your sister.
What did his dad do again?
His dad was like an engineer. Like I think he worked for like NASA or.
And he just wasn't around.
Well, he had a second family. He was a philanderer, liar. Used them against each other. Hit the mom. Like he was an amalgamation of everything bad in a father. Who knows what he actually was? Yeah. It doesn't take your trauma isn't my trauma. So he could have just been a father. Yeah, he could have just been a father that didn't love him to the capability that he thought was necessary, and it messed him up and he had to leave. Like I said, my trauma is not your trauma. I'm not taking away from his trauma, but what I am saying is call your sister. Call the one person who wants to not only get you there but get you there safely and successfully. That's someone who cares about you. And the fact that you're closing that person off because now you're
pride.
Your pride, you know. And so then you go back as like a 35.
And you die for it.
Yeah, and then you go back as like a 35-year-old close to 40 you're like,
I hope he feels dumb.
Yeah, exactly. You're like this
That's
stupid kid.
Died.
Yeah. Like
lived
you had
this awesome life until that point too.
You had an opportunity to like go home at any time. You had an opportunity to go home and you made it to the bus and you could have turned around and been like,
and remember it was all because he like ate a fucking berry.
Yeah.
Ate the wrong goddamn berry.
Yeah, and then just dies. But yeah, so like I mean that's with a lot of movies though, right? Like I don't.
Wait, what's your favorite movie? You have a top 3?
That's hard to say, man, because now there's TV shows that are spot on. So like I just got done watching Outer Ranch, and it literally got me like pumped.
Wait, do you watch House of Dragons?
No, no, I don't think anyone in my family watches that right now. Yeah, we're like
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
the last season of Game of Thrones just poisoned us all.
House of Dragons pretty good.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because it's about a civil war between the Targaryens.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd probably not give it a chance. I haven't given a lot of things a chance.
So a lot of dragons, a lot of cool shit.
But then again, like I'm the only person like I find myself to like a lot of mainstream things, and I'm not a what is it called, like a Tricarian or whatever they call it, or I don't try and be like whatever. I said that wrong.
I have no idea.
You know
what is it? Tricarian?
Not I said it wrong,
like
but it's
basically hard.
No, it's like wherever like everybody likes something, but you're like it's too mainstream and too cool.
Oh, you're hipster.
Kind of like a hipster, yeah. Like I'm saying it wrong, but I don't know what word I was looking for there. But I do know. I just can't think of how to pronounce it. So it's like when things are cool and hip, it's not like too cool or hip for me. But I don't like The Wizard of Oz, right? And I don't, and like.
Not even the first time you seen it?
I hated The Wizard of Oz.
Why?
I thought it was stupid. I don't know, I just didn't like it. And I'm not, like, trying to.
Did it scary?
No, it just wasn't good to me. It wasn't, like, I liked the fact that they used the colors and all that other stuff. I just didn't like the movie.
I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, black and white. Then it turned to color. I was like, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, I don't know. I love black and white movies. I love Turner Classic Movies, but I
TCM.
Didn't. Yeah, I love TCM, man. I do. I love Turner Classic Movies. Anything 35 and up, like 1935.
The year
1935
and up?
Yeah.
Dude, I watched a movie the other day.
Because, like, if it gets silent era, I'm like, oh, this is a little frustrating.
I watched a movie the other day. It was like a 50s movie, right? Mm-hmm. It was like something in El Salvador, and this guy, he was growing up in like El Salvador, Venezuela or something, and he had a maid, right? There was a revolt going on, and the maid got murdered.
Oh.
Right? And then he moved to America, and his sexual fetish then became to murder people.
So he became a serial killer because of the thing.
Yeah, it was like the original Dexter.
Yeah.
But he couldn't murder anyone because something happened, so they kind of turned it into a comedy, right?
Leave it to the 1950s.
Yeah, because it's the 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Turn it into a slapstick comedy.
But I thought, I was like, oh, this is the original Dexter. You know, this is
I
the
could
original
just hear like the British,
like
movie. British like slappy.
He would like go to
movie.
strangle someone, you know, and then like a maid would come in and like turn around, and you're like, oh, okay, all right.
It's like a Pink Panther, but with serial killer.
Yeah, kind of. It was like kind of happy. You know?
Yeah.
Like, all right, he's not killing anyone. This is good. You know. Then he falls in love. It was cute.
It's a meet cute of someone he wanted to kill, but he ends up falling in love with.
Yeah, well, yeah, he wanted to kill her, then he fell in love with her. Yeah.
That's so dark.
Yeah.
I don't know how you turn that into. I mean, they turned.
Yeah, because that pussy was.
They turned.
Him.
They turned. What is it? Ryan Reynolds did a horrible, stupid, god awful movie where he's like.
All women love Ryan Reynolds, by the way.
Yeah, when he did like a movie where he talks to like the cat is telling him to kill, but the dog is like his good conscience.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
Movie. But yeah, that's what it makes me think of. And then he falls in love and is like I think he ends up killing himself because he knows he's.
Oh shit, that's a deep movie. Ryan Reynolds did that.
It's a trash movie.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like then again, like I said, what do I know? Because I don't like The Wizard of Oz, and like everybody loves The Wizard of Oz. You know,
it's a good movie.
Is it?
It's interesting. It's got a lot going on in it. You know, especially when you're younger and you watch it. That witch is terrifying.
Make you watch it on 5,000.
Right? Yeah.
Bro.
This is the best movie.
You'll see the fucking
white knuckling it through
the truth
through Pink Floyd and The Wall and Wizard of Oz playing at the same time.
Have you ever done? Have you done acid before?
I don't do. I'm such a pussy when it comes to that, man.
Have you done any drugs?
No, man. I'm so.
Never ever.
No, dude. Like we walk outside. Like I told you that blunt wouldn't go away, and we go outside, and I'm like, I hear the door close, and we're like, I don't know, not even a quarter of the way through it, and I'm like, Josh, do you have the keys? Because like a panic weighed over me of like,
it's
I don't have my
now.
keys. Yeah. And like this thing locks behind you.
Yeah.
There's no getting back in, unless we call the person we rent it from to come down here and open it for us. So I'm just like, but the first time that I ever smoked, it was strawberry kush, medical grade strawberry kush. And I'd never smoked before in my life, and I was probably about 24, maybe 23. Never smoked before, and
I like how you call it medical grade.
Well, it was medical.
Kush.
It was medical.
Like
it was literally. It came in a medicine.
I like how
bottle.
serious you got. You said strawberry kush, medical grade.
I don't know if it makes a difference. I don't know if it makes any difference. I don't know if you know. But it came in a medicine bottle, and it fucked my world up. Like I heard music. Like I saw music. I saw like literal waves of color.
That's when weed is still fun.
Yeah.
You still have to enjoy it.
Yeah, like I like lay back and like I'm listening to, I think something derivative like Incubus or you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh wow, like I can see the music and I can see these geometric shapes and like I was telling Josh, everything was off to the peripheral, and like when you tried to reach out and grab it, it was slick and soapy, and you couldn't like you look over here and it would be over here, you know, and it was like very, very visceral and fun. And then like, you know, I think I went to HEB, and my uncle just got out of prison, and so I didn't recognize him. Like I knew who he was, but I didn't recognize him. I hadn't seen him since I was probably like 13, maybe 10. And so he's like. And
you're high.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm at the HEB, and I'm just floating, like literally my feet are floating behind me as pushing.
Yeah.
And then he comes up behind me. He goes, "Hey, can you buy this for me?" I went, and I like lift my leg up and my arm up because I didn't recognize him, and I was just this random guy. And then I was like, "Oh yeah, you put that in the cart," and he just starts laughing because he's like, "What the hell was that?" And I was like, "I just didn't recognize you for 2 seconds. You freaked me out." He just starts laughing, and that was like one of my first experiences. But I don't particularly know why. I was like, this is a good time to go to the HEB, and instead of like enjoy it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go to the HEB while I'm stoned around all those people.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
With that.
And like you're like, do people know? Do I look?
Yeah. You have eye drops?
Yeah. No.
Eye drops are a whole different game changer.
But yeah,
you can walk around high as fuck. I mean,
that's as close as I like that. And I worked at a liquor store for 7.5 years, and I became like a fucking like 3 drinks, 4 drinks every night.
Yeah.
No mixer, just drinking. And fuck, I'm fat as fuck. Like I love food.
Me too. I love food.
I don't smoke weed or cigarettes or anything like that. Honestly, I didn't back then either. I don't really either. But I didn't back then. But my mom was like, you got to stop drinking. It started off like you doing it for fun, but like now I'm concerned that like you can't not go a day without it. So like let me know that you're okay by just not drinking anymore. And I was like, it's bad enough that like I eat at midnight and I am this heavy. Like the last thing I need to introduce is like booze onto the fire that is my food addiction. And so like I just stopped drinking. And I was like, I don't need this. I also stopped sodas. Like I still technically drink sodas, but I don't like.
Now you got me a little curious. Cause I fuck with soda too. I fuck with it.
Well, I don't drink soda. Like I drink sparkling water.
Okay, that's good. That's
right?
Good. What's the craziest thing you've done with food?
One day, like you want to like something like this is when I was. Like,
I don't know. I
was super depressed. I was a very sad boy.
Give me one
at
day.
the time. I woke up in the morning. It was my day off. I went to Ed's. No. I forget where. I went to a place called El Barquitos, and they did breakfast. And they made me a burger on request. So it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. They're making me a hamburger, right? Bacon cheeseburger. Fucking terrible for you, right? It's now, like, that's barely 9. So now it's 12. You know what 12 o'clock means? It's lunchtime. So, like, I go back to El Barquitos, and I'm like, hey, can you give me the Swiss burger? And they're like, yeah, cool, man, we'll hook you up. Eat the
I love
Swiss
that you're
burger.
going to a Mexican restaurant for hamburgers.
Dude, this place did. They were called El Barquitos, but they only did like hamburgers and like sandwiches and like salads. Wow, like they were pretty smart with it. They made really good hamburgers, and so that's like second hamburger. So now it's 1 o'clock. You know, 1 o'clock means I'm a little hungry, man. Like I could eat something.
Wow, right.
So like I go back, and like I said, I'm a sad boy. Like food is the only thing that makes me happy. I go back, and I'm like, hey, can I just get the regular cheeseburger? Get a regular cheeseburger. And then I go home and I cook an entire meal and I eat that with my family. I don't particularly know what the meal was, but that's like literally 4 cheeseburgers and a meal.
Yeah.
You know?
What
but
else?
I was like a super sad boy.
That's
I was depressed.
No Dairy Queen or nothing after?
Fuck Dairy Queen, dude. I ate a Dairy Queen hamburger the other day. The people in there are so nice, man. Like, I felt so bad. Because, like, I ate that Dairy Queen burger and was seriously concerned that I was going to get food poisoning. Like, I was like, this was a bad idea. Because, like, it had no flavor. It didn't taste spoiled, but it didn't taste like anything. Like, I could taste, like, I could taste the tomato and the lettuce, but, like, what's in the flavor of tomato and lettuce? It tastes like tomato and lettuce. I could taste, like, an idea of what salt may taste like to somebody who's never had salt before. Like, oh, wow, this may be, like, what salt tastes like. Then a bun.
The thing I don't like about Dairy Queen is when you get a burger there, it makes you feel fat. Like when you got to order, like, hey, can I get a belt buster? You know, and you're like,
it's like when you eat at Arby's and you just kind of hate yourself.
I don't even eat at Arby's.
Like that's the reason why, because you'll hate yourself.
Yeah. I fuck with a Blizzard from Dairy Queen though. I have. Let me ask you this: have you ever went to one restaurant through the drive-thru and then went to another place?
What do you mean, like?
So have you ever went to McDonald's and been like, oh, and I also want Taco Bell?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever done that.
That's good. Have you ever? Yeah, me too. I've done it too. Have you ever stayed up until 5 a.m. for McDonald's breakfast?
Oh, I can say I've probably done that. Yeah, I think everybody's done that though, because you've either been drunk or stoned and needed some. Like the thing was, is like when Whataburger exists or Jack in the Box exists, you don't really need breakfast.
Yeah, but
because, like,
McDonald's
oh my
breakfast
God,
is a delicacy.
Like, I don't know. If do you remember the Texas hamburger from Jack in the Box?
From Jack in the Box with the pickles and the mustard.
Yeah. That was like a drunk mainstay. If you couldn't get a Whataburger, you got a Texas burger with a Dr. Pepper. Yeah, because it's cheap as shit.
Yeah.
It was mustard, pickles,
it's basically
and meat.
a jumbo jack. Just,
and like two jumbo tacos.
I used to slam on those fucking things.
And then just like a Dr. Pepper. And that was like, we talk about nostalgia. And my nostalgic food, I was joking around, is a bologna sandwich with cheese and mayo with Doritos in it after you swim for a long day.
After you swim, yeah.
But like if we're talking about growing up nostalgia, it has to probably be like a Texas burger.
But why is food your outlet though? We gotta choose something a little better.
We're
for
fat
you,
boys,
Mikey.
man. That's just the way things go. It's just like my dad's heavy, I'm heavy, my whole family. My family particularly shows its love and admiration for food. Joshua, what did I give you today?
Shit, you gave me some beef jerky, bro. It was great.
But do you?
I love Josh. He's my brother.
Do you like it though?
Do I like what?
Honestly, I have some bad fucking habits when it comes to food too.
Do I like? No, like I get genuinely upset. Like I need to go. Like
it's one of the reasons I don't like myself.
Yeah, definitely.
It's because I don't cook at home and I'm not like.
No, I cook at home. But the problem is that my love and admiration for people is shown through food instead of a normal behavior of just saying, "Hey man, I love you," or just say, "Hey, are you okay?" But it's like, no, I need to come with legitimately food to like food or gifts. I'm very weird. Like if I'm giving you gifts constantly or giving you things constantly, it's
like your love language.
It's my love
gifts,
language. Yeah. So it's like, so I'm I'll go live and like cook on Facebook and kind of try and integrate it with this but the thing is that when I have healthy habits with food, I almost like it more. Like when I'm doing intermittent fasting and it's been 14 hours and I can I don't have to binge, I can just have something nice. I prefer to just have something nice. Like if I'm doing a legit fast, like when I was doing my legitimate fasting, I wouldn't binge anymore.
Let me answer this.
Yeah.
Do you gym?
I don't, man.
Because if you gym, you can kind of eat whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. That's true, man.
Even just hit
but
the
thing is
treadmill incline.
Like I got to the place at a certain time and space, and something kicked me out of it. It's my own fault. I let it kick me out of it. But I got to a time and space in my life where I was legitimately done with being sad or upset. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start my fast. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't announce it on Facebook. I just did it. And I keep announcing it to people. Oh, I'm going to start my fast tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to start my fast next week. That's me telling myself that that I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to get to that point, that time and space. I'm literally doing what Josh says. I'm manifesting it down to an idea so that I know when I'm ready to get there that I already have the mindset for it. But when I do actually start my fast, no one's going to know about it. No one but me and the psychological bad behavior or the misbehavior that I put in my mind. Like when I eat at night and no one's around, I'm getting away with something.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in like the way you talk to yourself, and because I used to be like, ugh, I gotta go to the gym. Like that just doesn't sound good. That sounds shitty, But lately, I've been calling it training. Yeah. And that motivates me a little bit more.
You ever watch the South Park episode where they want to vote between a shit sandwich and a douche?
No.
So Cartman is talking to Butters, and he's like, "Do you want to vote for a shit sandwich or a douche?" And he's like, "Oh, don't do that." Like Stan or whatever one was like, "Don't do that because you said." Shit sandwich and a douche, and he played it up because he wanted. So he puts the positive spin on the language.
I just feel like even the wording of it, you know what I'm saying, is it motivates you a little bit, because no one wants to go to the gym, but when you're like, I have to train.
See, and my other bad behavior is doing things for other people. So I want to get healthy for my family.
It's not bad.
It's not healthy.
Oh, I think getting healthy should be just for you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to get healthy for my family. I was like, no, it doesn't work that way. You got to get healthy for yourself. You got to love yourself enough to put yourself in that mind space. And at this current time and space, I don't particularly, I'm getting to a space and a time and place where I do love myself. And the podcasting really helps. The space helps. Having an outlet to talk about stuff like this to people who I may not know, but now we're kindred spirits. We're brothers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that helps.
So you're better than me, dude. What I do is I'm kind of hard on myself. So
I'm so hard on myself.
I tell myself you're a piece of shit.
Pretty much
and
every day.
I'm like, and do something about it though. You know.
My thing is that I put too much emphasis on the fact that like I beat myself down because I'm not doing it, and then I don't allow myself the opportunity to forgive myself. Like there's a really cool trainer that was like, I ate Reese's Pieces. He's like, do I hate myself afterwards? He's like, no, because there's tomorrow. And I don't have to eat Reese's Pieces tomorrow. Hell, I could
change. How you gonna eat Reese's Pieces and be sad, too? You know? Well,
like,
little motherfuckers are delicious.
He's like, and I don't have to be sad about it, and I don't have to hate myself for it, but I can alter that behavior tomorrow. And he goes, and also I can also tell myself I don't have to eat the whole bag. Like, to be happy or to be satisfied or satiated. Like, you can have what you want. There's always tomorrow. You can train a little bit harder. Yeah. I think even the someone had said earn it, right? You earn the things you work for, right? You earn it. So like you want that particularly bad thing, you earn it, right? So I think that's true. You know, you earn it.
Well,
you know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's fucking hard. You know, especially because, like, the world we live in now, with, like, the food is just right there. And I don't care what anyone says. Fast food is delicious. It's so tasty, and it's so acceptable. And it's, like, normally pretty cheap. Not right now with inflation.
It's so gross,
but it's good. But then after a while, it gets fucking gross.
You ever
like, I can't do
You ever been
this
happy
anymore.
and eating at Burger King? Eating at Burger King when you're happy?
No, Burger King is sad.
Dude, when you're happy and you're eating at Burger King's delicious. But when you, like, the lenses come off and you can see the sea level meat that they have in their patties.
The only thing good at Burger King is those chicken fries.
Which isn't chicken.
Probably
sure
not.
Some kind of mechanical.
Probably some type of lobster.
Oh man, I don't think we jumped off with just straight into the conversation. So I'm gonna have you tell people where they can find you. Give a little bit of rundown about yourself, and I think we're gonna hop off.
Hey, my name's Brian, and now I'm hungry.
My name's Brian, and I need to satiate my addiction through food.
Where's the closest? Is there a McDonald's in this town?
Yeah, there's a McDonald's in this town.
Is it open 24/7?
Way to shit on my town. We got a Starbucks, buddy. Recognize.
You said it's gentrified. Please see it. But is it open 24/7?
Not 24/7, I don't think.
Damn it.
But it's definitely open. It's open till like 11.
Hutto's not that far away.
Oh, okay, great. You can just go to Hutto then. Fuck with.
Yeah.
Get a, what is it called? What's that chicken sandwich from Popeyes?
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh man, it's so good.
I wasn't that hungry now.
Chick-fil-A can kiss my ass.
No, I'm
when it
like,
comes to that
what?
Badass
Chick-fil-A
burger.
slaps.
Chick-fil-A slaps, but whenever you get a choice between a Popeyes chicken sandwich or Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A is consistently the best.
Oh, man,
Popeyes had a thing for a minute, but I'm going to Chick-fil-A still. Longevity-wise, going to Chick-fil-A.
That's Wendy's.
Oh, I fuck with Wendy's.
So underrated.
I fuck with them square patties. There's just something about them.
All right, brother.
If you don't fuck with Wendy's, I think you're just,
Yeah, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You're fucking gross, dude. I love Wendy's.
Brother. So it was great talking to you.
Yeah.
You got any shows coming up or anything?
Yeah, I got every Wednesday at Rocky's Piano Bar in Round Rock. Fun, wild. You got to prepare yourself for wild. Follow me on Instagram at Brian with an I. Once again, I think that I is EYE. And I just started a new podcast with my friend Maggie Mayfield. It's called Sliding Into Your DMs. It's about crazy stories about me sending
Maggie Mayfield. Is that the rollerblader? Or which one?
No, that's Sarah.
That's Sarah.
Maggie's the guitar player.
Oh, okay.
Long, ginger.
Yeah. She's great. I want to get her on the podcast.
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah, I'll connect her with you if you want. Yeah.
She's a cool cat, man. She's got some good music.
Yeah, I like it.
So I want to get this slid in. How long do you think it'll take for me to talk about you sending a dick pic to your mom's friend? Can we slide that in real quick?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so my parents, my mom and dad are 47,
So they're young. They're young.
Yeah,
parents.
they're younger. Yeah, and their friends are even a little younger. And we were just like going to a couple functions, and her friend was just looking at me a certain way,
Thirsty.
And like every time I'd say something, she'd like listen. She'd be like, "Huh?"
Eye contact.
And like listen exactly. So I was kind of like, oh. One night I got a little drunk, and I was talking to her, and something came up with like taking chances, and I was like, speaking of taking chances, and I sent a picture of my dick. I was drunk, dude. I was like 21 too. She freaked out. Was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. I'm scared of your mom. Your mom's terrifying. We can't do this. Da da da. Showed the picture to my mom's showed the picture to her daughter. That me and her daughter hooked up.
Talk about a
true story.
The best wingman ever.
True story,
Wing
bro.
Mom
Yeah,
over
so
there just
that was
being like,
yeah.
I'm gonna live vicariously through you, daughter.
For a minute, I thought it was gonna get like porn style, and I was gonna fuck both of them.
You're like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
That was crazy. It was
All right, man.
crazy.
At that note, I think that ended it perfectly. That was the DQ
at Slide In Pod on Instagram. It gets crazier, dude.
That was the upside DQ Oreo blizzard of the episode.
Yeah. God, every time I say that, I get less and less proud. It's like watching porn. I feel shame after saying that, dude. I'm like, fuck.
Appreciate you coming out, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, Mike. It was fun. Thanks, bro.
Shut up, you listen to my monkey mouth. As a companion when you got pun on the canoa route. Hopped in a portal and got in a fight. Elias knocked him out. Bow, Naruto fighting style. Bow, UFC he tapped out. Bow, we win, we get crowned.